Hello everybody, today I had planned on showing you a different hairstyle, but I just had to go to the post office and I got caught in a storm. So my hair is wet and I don't blow dry my hair because I'm trying to grow it and I don't want to damage it and dry it out. So I'm going to naturally dry it. So the hairstyle I was going to show you probably won't work as well on wet hair. So instead I'm going to show you an incredibly simple beginner style, sorry, not design. Design would be, no, that's different. Ignore what I just said. I'm going to show you a beginner style. If you already know how to do rope braids and you've been braiding for a while and you watch an awful lot of other people's style videos, you might want to skip this one. But if you're new to hairstyling and you don't rope braid that often, then this one's for you. This is also a really good style if you're a beginner Lolita. It's one that's used a lot in the Gothic Lolita Bibles and in Gossip Rory. So if you're new to Lolita and you're having one of those what on earth do I do with my hair style crises that I'm sure most of us have had at some point or other, then this one could also be well for you. First of all, as always, you need to give your hair a brush. If you're brushing wet hair, you want to use the gentlest brush you can get. I use a bristle brush. Wouldn't often recommend brushing your hair when it's wet, but a bristle brush should be gentle enough not to tear it. But at the same time, you should still be incredibly gentle and make sure you're not too harsh because you'll rip your hair, because when it's wet, it's a lot stretchier and a lot easier to damage. Next, you want to part your hair up the middle so that you have two sections, and then you need to part those sections again. What we're going to do is give those sections another little quick bit of a brush, and we're going to rope braid these four sections. Now, to do a rope braid, you divide your section in two, and you the two sections you twist in the same direction. In this case I'm twisting my sections backwards, and then you twist them over each other the opposite way. It's a little bit of a challenge the first few times you do it, but once you get it, it just becomes really easy. It's a very versatile and fairly simple braid. The thing to remember is you should keep quite tight with your rope braids, because when you tie them off at the end they do unravel a little bit, and no matter what your hair is like, they will unravel a little bit. So you just rope braid to the end, take your bobble, and tie them off at the end. See what I mean? It has become a little looser. Take your next section and just do the same. Now that you have your full braids, you don't want to leave them like this. This isn't very lolly. You want to gather them up into loops on top of your head, all of them, otherwise you just kind of look like you belong in some bizarre opera if you just do the front two. I'm currently using quite long bobby pins at the moment to do this. You can use short ones, but if you have long ones, use the long ones, because the long ones are generally much better unless you have really short hair. Like we always do, you're going to need to do two in each direction in order to get a nice fix, you want to make a little cross with your bobby pins. Don't worry about hiding your ends so much at the moment, unless you're not putting anything on top of this. But I'm going to put a nice bow on the top, which is going to hide my ends. And then your second two, you want a little further down. You could do them the same, but that isn't going to quite give the same look. So you want to fasten them a little further down to give, well, I suppose it's kind of a sort of cute, traditionally, oh, I don't know, country girl style really. It's good for classic. I've seen it used in sweet. It was used in, oh, I think it might have been the advertising for Milky Planet. I'm not sure. It was definitely Angelic Pretty used a similar style to this in one of the sets of advertising for their print in one of the Gothic Lolita Bibles. I think it was Milky Planet. But don't quote me on that, I might not be right, it might have been a different print. Any adjustments you need to do, if your height's slightly out, which mine is, do that now, add another couple of pins in. It just needs to be up a tiny bit. And there you go. It's quite cute as it is, but to make it even cuter, what you can do is add a head bow, which I'm going to do now. My head bow matches my dress. Again, if you're new to Lolita, a thing to remember with your hair accessories is you should try and coordinate them in with the rest of your outfit. If you have a printed dress and you don't have the hair bow that goes with it, and you still want to wear a hair bow, make sure you go for a colour that's in the dress. For example, if it only has a border print, use the main colour. But I don't have a printed dress on, I just have a red dress on. There we go! I hope you like this. For some of my other... Oh, my fringe is being weird, sorry about that. It's because it's still wet and hasn't quite dried yet. Hope you like this style. For any of my watchers who were wanting something a bit more complicated, hoping to get that done later in the week. Hopefully Friday, but I can't promise anything because I'll be out at a gig all day Friday. So if I can get something filmed on Thursday, I will make sure it goes up first thing Friday morning before I go. Hope you liked this video. If you liked it, thumbs up and subscribe me and follow my blog. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, but as I always say, if you don't like it, give me some sort of constructive criticism so that I can improve next time. Goodbye!